Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great morning and I hope you are ready to continue writing your literary retells. Now today for writing we are going to be learning to write about the middle of a story, okay? Because a story has three parts: the beginning, the middle and the end, okay? Yesterday we wrote the orientation of our literary retell where we introduced the setting and the characters. And then you wrote about the beginning of the story, okay? So now we should be ready to move on and write about the middle events, okay? Now, this is where the problem happened in Little Red Riding Hood. Now, a good writer needs to go back to the start of what they've already written and back up and reread what they've got, okay? And then that's when we can continue writing, okay? So I'm going to read out what I've come up with, okay? Because yesterday I actually finished writing about the beginning, okay? So I've finished the beginning section of my literary retell, okay? So that now I can be ready to move on, all right? Now we're going to go back and we're going to reread to see what I've come up with, okay? Little Red Riding Hood. In the story, the characters are Little Red Riding Hood, the Big Bad Wolf, the Old Gran, Mum, and the Woodsman. The story is set in the scary woods and at Gran's house. Okay, so I definitely think we have covered the setting. Okay, and I have explained who the characters are. Now let's see what I came up with yesterday to discuss the events that happened in the beginning, all right? In the beginning of the story, Mum asked Little Red Riding Hood to visit Gran and bring her some food. Along the way, Little Red Riding Hood, let me just take this off. Along the way, Little Red Riding Hood got distracted by some pretty flowers. This was when a scary grey wolf spotted her. Little Red Riding Hood forgot about her mum's rules and started talking to the shifty wolf. She told the mean wolf where she was going and he quickly ran off to Gran's house. Okay. Now before I continue and move on to write about the middle of the story, I just really quickly want to speak to you about some of the adjectives that I've used. Now remember, adjectives are describing words to make a story more interesting and to give the reader more information. Let's see what adjectives I thought of, okay? I described the flowers as pretty, okay? I described the wolf as scary and grey. I also described the wolf as shifty and mean. Okay, so I have come up with quite a few adjectives to help make my writing more interesting. Today, when you're writing the middle of your story, that's something I want you to think about. Okay, the words that you can use to help make your writing interesting. All right, now that I'm ready to move on to the middle of the story, I'll use a different colour. I've used purple for the orientation. I've used pink for the beginning. I will use blue for the middle. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to leave a space here, okay? And then I'm going to write a little bit further down so I can show that I'm using paragraphs, okay? That way I can easily see where I've written about the beginning and now where I'm writing about the middle, okay? Now, like I explained yesterday, we want to start with in the middle of the story. Okay, in the middle of the story. Now, if I don't have a look back at my plan that I came up with on Monday, then I'm probably going to forget what happened. That's why it's so important to use your plan and have that nearby, okay? Mine's nearby, mine is right here. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to think about some of the events that I wrote down on my plan in the middle. So I planned, when I planned the middle, I said that the wolf went to Gran's, that the wolf swallowed Gran and tricked Little Red Riding Hood and then swallowed Little Red Riding Hood. So we have quite a big problem in the middle, okay? Now they are the events that I'm going to write about, okay? But now I'm going to add a lot more detail, lots more adjectives, lots more wow words, okay? Now, if you can write about 4 to 5 sentences today, that would be fantastic, okay? The middle of our literary retell is probably the part that's going to be the longest. Okay, boys and girls? So now it's your turn. I want you to start your sentence with in the middle of the story, and you are going to tell me everything that happened in the middle. Okay, boys and girls? Remember to have your plan nearby. Remember to use capital letters at the start of your sentences and for names. Remember to use spacing and your dotted thirds correctly, okay? Awesome. I look forward to seeing your work. Please make sure you send it to me. Good luck, boys and girls. Bye. I'll see you later.